No matter how seasoned a chef you are, there are always new ingredients and recipes to get fired up about. So, if a tired old recipe is getting you down, spice it up with fresh ideas and flavours.
Eggs Benedict is one of those classic dishes, classic breakfast dish, but certainly not an everyday breakfast dish. It's one of those ones where you're having a bit of a decadent weekend breakfast, which is basically poached eggs, hollandaise sauce, served on a toasted, buttered muffin. So first off,
the secret behind a great Eggs Benedict is in the hollandaise. So, get your pan on, because I'm going to cook our hollandaise over a rolling boil with a glass bowl. Butter, just put it on to melt. 3 egg yolks, separated from the white. Tarragon vinegar, pop that into the eggs. If you can't get tarragon vinegar, any white wine vinegar will do. Just as long as you've got that acidity in there, give some bite to the hollandaise.
With hollandaise, the oil is replaced by butter, but you still need that acidic base. So for that, into a pan, I'm going to pour some white wine vinegar. I'm going to add shallots. I'm just going to take a few white peppercorns. The short length of time that's required to reduce this is enough to change the flavour. You'll get the sweetness and the smell of the shallots coming out with the peppercorns.
Put your bowl over the rolling water and just start whisking. If the eggs had direct contact with the gas, hollandaise will become scrambled egg. Once you've got that nice creamy texture, a nice thick sabayon, start adding your butter. Nice and slowly. A couple of tablespoons of butter in and give that a really nice mix.
Got a couple of yolks here, and then time to add the butter. The main difference between this hollandaise and the classic one is in the classic hollandaise you just pour melted butter, but here I've made beurre noisette. It's really delicious sort of hazelnut flavoured butter.
If you don't whisk it enough, the egg yolks don't take the butter. It causes it to split. More butter.
Using a big balloon whisk like this one makes it easier to incorporate air and helps prevent your mixture from separating.
All the butter in. And the best way to keep hollandaise nice and warm is just leave it to sit over that nice warm water bath, and it just keeps it at a really nice room temperature.
The most important part of all is that poached egg. It's incredibly important to use a fresh egg. There, just going to pop this onto this slotted spoon. The reason for that is as the egg gets older, over time the proteins start to break down. As they break down, the egg white then becomes less thick, becomes more runny, and you can't make a poached egg with a runny egg white because...
Now water's brought up to the boil, turn it down and then spin your water around like a little whirlpool. Then get a little cup. So you just drop the cup in and look what happens to the egg. Gets caught up in the turbulence of the water. The secret is not to boil the water rapidly, because the strength of the boil can literally explode your egg. As they start to move their way up to the top of the water, that's an indication that they're cooked.
Trial and error to try and get a temperature where the water's hot enough to set the egg white quick enough, but not too hot, it starts bubbling and then the turbulence of the water chucks it all over the place. For me, the key to this dish is the actual poached egg itself. So no vinegar makes the white go leathery. If the water's not hot enough, the egg white will take too long to set. If it takes too long, what will happen is it gradually starts to dissipate through the pan. You end up with this sort of spider of egg white.
A nice pinch of salt, fresh pepper, and then fresh lemon juice. That just really makes it vibrant, exciting.
Add a little bit of lemon juice just to finish off the hollandaise.
I'm going to use the most amazing Parma ham. Get your pan nice and hot into the pan. It's like posh rashers of bacon. Beautiful.
Poached egg. So that white is beautiful and soft.
And rather than toast my muffins, I want to put the muffins into the pan. I want them sucking up all that wonderful flavour from that crispy Parma ham.
Make sure your muffins are toasted nicely. This will prevent them going soggy later.
Look at that, nice and crisp.
I'm just going to add a couple of slices of bacon on the side, which isn't quite technically Eggs Benedict, but it is delicious. Finish off a little bit more pepper, touch of salt.
Pan, there's time to get organised.
Lay a nice slice of ham on the base. Take off any excess little bits of egg white and then out onto a piece of tissue paper. That just drains off excess water. That stops your muffin from going really soggy. But look, they're like little beautiful mozzarella balls.
And the hollandaise over the top. Finish off with some parsley.
Give them a little season. Lift them onto a crispy Parma ham. Beautiful. Now, get a nice spoon of your hollandaise. Glaze over. Try and do it in one, glazing over the whole egg.
Special occasion breakfast that would make anyone feel spoilt. Eggs Benedict with crispy Parma ham.
Beauties.
That is one of the great dishes when you get the egg right.